Good afternoon, this is a Shaman Oracle reading. I'm finishing up my usual reading for the week. I'm very late, I'm sorry about it. My cat died on Thursday. My cat Leo died, and well, it kind of confused me a little bit. So I'm sorry for being late. And today I'm finishing up reading for Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. And this reading here is for Capricorn. Welcome, Capricorn. I'm using 5 card decks. I'm using 2 cards from the Moon and Stars Tarot deck. And card number 1 for you is King of Swords. And the King of Swords is about passion, practicality, and strength. And the meaning of the card is knowledge. The most powerful of all the kings in the deck, this king can be standoffish and a bit harsh, but the king is full of wisdom. He represents good business decisions and ethics in the workplace, as well as the need to study intently to find solutions to future problems. Pay attention to all that is going on around you, and remember that not every question needs an answer. This card often comes up in readings to show intellect and legal arguments, and commonly reveals a divorce or other matters that need a fast resolution. Thus, the message of the card is: look at your situation. It may be time to take the logical option. And the second card is the Ace of Pentacles, and it's about manifestation, prosperity, and opportunities. And the meaning of the card is growth. The Ace of Pentacles is a card of potential offers. Documents are signed as prospects start to take shape. New opportunities within your career, they open up as a promotion or a raise comes into play. Money also flourishes after your wise investments. Manifestation of abundance can flourish now if you are searching for a job. Your dream job may come up. This is a positive luck card in terms of finances, starting new relationships, and creative projects. Fertility is also in abundance. There is a moon message: spend your time and your coins wisely, and look out for any opportunities that present themselves. The Starseed Oracle card that came out is All Paths Lead Home, and the card is about inner authority, intuition, and turn your gaze within. It is normal to look to the external world for answers and for guidance. What is revolutionary is turning your gaze inward. You are being called to source your guidance from within, to study the terrain of your inner landscape, to develop a reliable relationship with your soul. The more time you spend connecting with your soul, the deeper the connection will become. The challenge for empath is staying connected without cutting off from the world. And the best way to do this is to develop a daily practice that helps you to keep checking in, to draw on the wisdom within and let that be the authority in your life. If this card appears in your reading, you may be called to develop or switch up your spiritual practice, to get in the habit of turning your gaze within and getting centered for the day before consuming anything from the outside world, to start from a feeling of at-homeness, and throughout each day to find simple ways to keep coming home. This doesn't mean switching off from the realities of today's world. We need as many conscious people as possible living with their eyes wide open. Rather, it is a call to start your day from a place of connectedness, grace, and devotion. So when you go out into the world and when you let the world in, you do it from an unshakable state of being, a state where you draw your strength, your authority, and your guidance from a place from deep, deep within. So ask this Starseed soul inquiry: how am I being called to turn my gaze within? The Divine Feminine card for you is Lalla. And Lalla, she is the saint of spoken words. And she says, every word I say becomes a prayer. I am the author of my own story. So who is Lalla? Lalla embodies the potency and the power of our words to create our own reality. Lalla, Laldet or Laleshwari, was a Kashmiri mystic and poet who lived in the 14th century. She was married at the age of 12, but was extremely unhappy as a wife. She left her home at age 24 to take sannyasi or renunciation. She became a devotee of Shiva, and Lalla walked the streets naked, dancing and reciting her love poems to the divine. She wore only the markings of her devotion to Shiva on her forehead. Lalla is the creator of a mystical form of poetry called wax, which means speech or voice. The verses of her poetry that she spoke are considered the earliest compositions in the Kashmiri language. Her words reflect the spiritual truth of non-duality that she realized as a mystic by saying, above meaning, which is the temple, and below, meaning the idol, they are one. So she held above and below being one reality. With her poetry, she found the unity in all things and the freedom that follows. And she said, I, Lalla, entered through the door of the garden of my mind, and I saw Shiva and Shakti united into one. O joy! There I became immersed in the lake of nectar, and I died even while I was still alive. What can death do to me now? The Kashmiri language is filled with her sayings. She is known as a prophetess, a saint, and even an avatar. And although illiterate, she used the inherent power of her every word to transcend duality and to enter a state of blissful union with the divine. When this card comes up in your reading, words have the power to shift your reality or to continue to reinforce it. There was a woman named Louise Hay. She was the founder of Hay House. She turned one time to me, says the author, and during a dinner party, she looked at me right in my eyes and she declared, "Every word you say is an affirmation." This is perhaps one of the most crucial spiritual lessons to remember. So if we are not separate from the soul, and if the soul is not separate from the divine, then we have the power to co-create our life. Lalla is the invitation to pay close attention to each word we say to ourselves within and to the words we say about ourselves to the people we love. She is the acknowledgement from the soul that our every sentence is also a prayer. If we want more love, more light, more of that joy and freedom that expands our capacity to be present in this world, then Lalla reminds us that we can become the author of our own reality right now. We can speak our desires into being. Lalla is the reminder that we are so powerful that changing the words we use to describe ourselves, they can change the trajectory of our lives. We can choose to focus our attention on each I am statement we say, and we can infuse our lives with the nectar that comes when we act on the truth that we are not separate from the divine. Ask this soul voice meditation: what are my most powerful words to use frequently and also right now? And say this intention: every word I say becomes a prayer. I am the author of my own story. The Quantum Oracle card that came out is Present Power. And this deck has different suits like consciousness, energy, intention, people, events, spirit, and cycles. And Present Power is a consciousness card with the title Strength in the Here and Now. On the card, a man stands on a pedestal holding a chain in each hand. And the chain in his left hand is representing his past and holds a powerful lion. And the chain in his right hand is representing the future and holds a tiger. The beasts, they are quiet, and the man is in control. Thoughts about the past and worries about the future can neither run away with him nor consume him. This card is letting you know that you have significant power now, and there is some present issue that will benefit greatly from your attention. If there is a matter to be resolved, a project to be finished, or a decision to be made, now is the time to prioritize it. You are in a position of strength, so keep your thoughts focused on the issue at hand and be ready to take action. Joyous opportunities are opening up for you at this time. You are now capable of taming the rampant, fragmented energy in your life by staying strong in the current moment. The past is over, and the future will bring beautiful blessings as long as you continue to be conscious of your power in the present. So say this affirmation: this present moment is my source of power. I release any worries about the past or future, and I choose peace right now. And the last card is the Grimalkin's Curious Cats Tarot, and out came the card, the Tower. And the card is dedicated to a cat named Cookie Rose. Cookie Rose and several other cats were presumed lost when the building they lived in was evacuated. Somehow they found their way back home, and although unsuitable for humans, the structure appeared to be a perfect source of shelter. Months went by since the day they found themselves alone in the building, and certainly the situation was not preferred. The cats, however, found comfort within the walls and their new community. So one morning, just as the sun was peeking up over the horizon, the cats noticed a new fence around the perimeter of the building. Then came the giant wrecking ball. Within minutes, their shelter was gone. Their safe place was dust. So Cookie Rose was lounging in the tub, basking in the first streaks of morning light that shined on the building. That morning she was jolted awake and out of the tub as the wall behind her shattered by the force of the wrecking ball. The cats in the building panicked and they ran for their lives. These poor creatures had lost their home for a second time. It could be the loss of a job or the loss of a partner who wants a divorce when you thought things couldn't be better, or being forced to move from a home you love. So be ready, because something is about to change. When the Tower is present in a reading, be aware that a destructive shift is not too far behind, and your world is going to go through a significant shake-up. The Tower challenges you to face the fears associated with change as your adaptability will be tested. Areas that you once considered stable will break down. Are you able to perceive a life that is dramatically different than the one you are in at this time? When the walls begin to crumble, will you desperately try to put them back together in an attempt to salvage your comfort? Or will you view this event as an opportunity to grow, as a new life is on the horizon? Either way, you are going to be forced to make a decision to get out of your comfort zone and to take action or become buried by the past. When the cards' energy attributes are positive, it means change that leads to a positive new beginning, being in control of how change impacts your life, and letting go of attachments and learning through humility. And when this card's energy attributes are negative, you might fear the unknown, you might be unable to move forward, you might be feeling blindsided, feeling consumed by uncertainty and chaos. And Capricorn, the Tower is always good. It just brings a change that needs to come. Okay? So see it that way. A change that needs to happen. Okay? Thank you very much for listening. Sorry that I'm late with you reading Capricorn this week. Tomorrow I'm coming back with the new week's reading. I wish you a wonderful Sunday. I thank you for listening. Take care and goodbye.